I think so many people don't realize that a lot happened to them, and maybe they also did a lot to other people. Because this world historically has really pitted people against each other, family members against each other. It doesn't matter who, anybody. Some of the worst harm happens within families. And you could look at that family and you would never even suspect anything nefarious or dark happening. They can look normal, average, maybe even happy or loving on the outside, but it could be a completely different story in reality. And I think a lot of people have not wanted to really acknowledge that or even think about that because it's so scary. Because once you tell somebody something like that about like your own experience, it kind of forces them to like revisit their own lives and how they were treated, what happened to them, and then also what they did, how they treated others. So it's like a two-sided thing. It's like what happened to you and what did you do to somebody else? How did you treat somebody else? Typically because of what happened to you. There's just so much harm that goes like unacknowledged in this world. Like really twisted, deep psychological like violations, like repeated, like chronic, even when boundaries are like enforced, like they just they're not even acknowledged. That it just gets to a point where it turns into like a mental or psychological like R word situation, pretty much. I think a lot of people have experienced horrific things because I just think I don't think people have been accurately reflected up until this point, at least. I don't believe it because I believe there's love in everybody, but I don't think actual love was reflected back on most people. I think that's why so many people got trapped in that cycle of like abuse and trauma, because that's what they were given. That's what was reflected back to them by others. And then they got confused by it, and then they started to reflect that onto other people, projecting that onto other people, keeping that cycle going. That's just my insight.